Again, let us reflect on the Word of God. It is active and alive. That is the Word of God. That is what the Word of God reminds us. There's nothing greater than we can do than living in and by the Word of God, because in the Word of God we find all answers, we find all solutions, and it keeps on encouraging us in all ways possible. From the book of Joel, chapter 2, verses 18 to 20. God answers people's prayers. Whenever you pray, do not be discouraged. Even if you pray for 50 years, even if you pray for all eternity for something and it's not coming, do not give up. Because again, remember Jesus says, pray without ceasing. He knows why he says like that. Because he knows we are bound to give up. We are bound to give in to temptations and to the evil one to take over in our lives. But when we pray, he knows that you cannot be conquered. When you pray, he knows that when you are in prayer, even if temptations come, we shall be able to overcome because of the power and the grace in prayer. And so, this one today tells us, then the Lord was jealous for his land and took pity on his people. He was jealous for his land, for his people, for his inheritance, and took pity on them. You know why God is jealous? Because God does not anyone to be condemned. He wants us all to be saved. And so sometimes even when we are in a pitiful situation, when we are in our own wretchedness, God takes over. God always shows and grants us his mercy because he wants us to remain close to him. He wants to save us. Then the Lord replied to them, I am sending you grain, new wine, and olive oil, enough to satisfy you fully. Never again will I make you an object of scorn to the nations. Hear what God says. He is sending you rain, new wine, and olive oil, the things we most need in our lives. He is sending you rain. A rain can be showers of blessings, can be abundance in being close to him, can be generosity of God in giving even material things, can be the generosity of God showing you favor even when you do not deserve. New wine and olive oil. We know wine is significant in spiritual life. We know wine was used by Jesus at the wedding at Cana. We know new wine is new life comes into our lives, and olive oil. Olive oil is very good oil that does not have other ingredients that are not good for your body. Enough to satisfy you fully, that you are not going to suffer at any time, that you are not going to be in want at all. Never again will I make you an object of scorn to the nations. Maybe people have laughed at you. Maybe people have scorned at you. Maybe people have talked negatively about you because maybe you do not move from where you are. Maybe your life is stagnant. And maybe people keep on pointing at you. And God says, never again will I make you an object of scorn to the nations. It is enough. It is over. God has done. God is done with it. He has seen enough of you suffer. He has seen you experience a lot of difficulties. He has seen you being sad. He has seen you being down. He says it is enough. Enough is enough. No more are you going to suffer when I'm observing me. That's why the title of this one is The Lord's Answer. You are not going to be scorned by anyone again. You are not going to be mocked because God comes to your assistance. Because God comes to save you. Because God comes to set you free. He comes to show that he is the one who is capable of doing everything. And again, he says, I will drive the northern horde far from you, pushing it into a parched and barren land. Imagine someone staying in a very fertile ground, in an oasis. And then God comes just because of you and does the unimaginable. That is why today you can sleep and tomorrow you wake when you are different. You can sleep today, a poor person, tomorrow you wake when you are rich, because sometimes it takes the grace of God. People work hard, but sometimes some things takes the grace of God. Sometimes it takes the blessings of God. It takes the favor of God. And God sometimes favors some people when we think they are not worthy, because we have that human minds and human thoughts. You do things to make those who mock others, to silence them, to show them that He is powerful. And that's why He says He will push them into a parched and barren land. Imagine that He will give you that space, that space they live won't be yours. You want to remove away those who have been mocking you from you. He will take you away from those people. He will take them to another nation. He will take them to another place, and you'll be surprised. Why have they left this place which is so good for them, which is so fertile, where they are getting a lot of money, a lot of harvest, but you do not know that it is God who is dealing with the people who are scorning you, who are mocking you, so that you'll be peaceful. Its eastern ranks will drown in the Dead Sea. You know, the Dead Sea has no life. It is just there. It does not move. And that means God is going to change your situation, or you with your enemies. And its western ranks in the Mediterranean, and its stench will go up, its smell will rise. Stench is very bad smell that is unbearable. You know, sometimes people can think that they have succeeded, they have made it, and these are the people who mock others. But God is saying, because He's answering your prayers, He's answering my prayers, He is going to make their stench go up. Everybody will smell. Everybody will see their poverty. Everybody will see their misery. Everybody will see how desperate they are. That is the stench that God is going to go up, and its smell will rise. This is how God is going to answer your prayer, or rather, how God answers your prayer daily. It is always going to observe how God deals with your enemies, how God deals with you. Do not take anything for granted, because God works wonders. God favors you even when you are asleep, even when you slumber. God caters for His beloved even when they slumber. While you work, others may be working in vain. God will always bring His blessings on you if you believe and trust in Him, if you pray without ceasing. Keep well, and may the Lord answer your prayer at the appropriate time.